How's it, guys? So, two things right off the bat, just very quickly. As you can see, we've got the new Dragon Camo on the Type 95 here. No, Type 25 rather, Type 95 Modern Warfare 3. Keep getting those two mixed up. Newly released, so they only came out, well, was it earlier this week, I think? Or last week? I don't know. Very recent anyway. Unfortunately, a month later than the Xbox, but that's the deal. And you'll also see that there's something a bit different on the screen. There's some scoreboards at the top, and that is because we are using the COD casting feature. There it is. Pretty cool. I thought so. So this is a COD casting feature in theater mode within Black Ops 2. It's something I came across while watching a commentary from Falcon. Links in the description, so go and check out that one. But he's the one that gave me the idea and got me started on this. So anyway, there's a fair bit to talk about here in this commentary. So I'm going to kick it off by talking about the camos, which I just touched on briefly. And when they came out, when the voting came out and we had to choose between the various camos, I went straight for the cyborg because I thought, yes, that looks brilliant. Definitely want to be using that one. And I did vote Dragon in second. But as it turns out, I actually far prefer the look of the Dragon camo. And not, well, obviously for the visual appeal of it, but for another reason as well. And this is something else that Falcon brought to my attention. And that's the fact that the cyborg camo really stands out. It's not a flipping camo. It's a bloody, spotlight here. Come find me. Can you see me running with my bright orange fucking pea shooter across the map? Whereas the Dragon camo is more like a camouflage. It does blend in. You've got, think of a leopard, all the leopard spots, and a cheetah. The whole point of, there we go, we pick up the cyborg now, and the guys can probably start seeing me from a mile away. Got a little bit campy here. I thought there was a guy coming down there. But the Dragon camo is, it's got all the different, the sort of scales on it, and like I said, much like a leopard or a cheetah, the spots on that is designed to break up the outline of the animal. And the Dragon camo does that a little bit for the weapon. So, as well as the fact that the colors aren't all that bright, so you don't see them on the weapon with the guy running across the map. So that's why I use the Dragon camo. But what I'd probably like to see is, if we're going to vote on actually using the vote on different camos, I'd like to see them actually in game. I don't want to just sort of log onto my PlayStation and see 4 images up on the screen and choose which one you like, because you don't get a good idea of what they're actually like. Because I saw one of the other ones, it was voted in on the PC actually. So was it Cyborg and Dragon were voted in on Xbox and PlayStation, but the PC guys, they voted in something else. And to be honest, I think I would rather have gone with that. I can't think of the name of it. I would rather have gone with that than to actually go with the cyborg. It's got a metallic look to it. It looks really, really cool. So it's just a thought for the guys that release this sort of stuff. Let's show us some actual shots of the camos on a weapon. It's just better than a shitty little picture up on the screen. So I don't know. I may have gone on a little bit too long about that. The thing I wanted to sort of mention here was the COD casting feature, which Rusty brought to my attention, or Falcon. Links in the description, as I said. And you're looking at it right now. So you've got the scoreboard at the top. You've got the names of all the players down the right-hand side. And something a little bit different, which you would have been looking at and thinking, well, that's not part of the original sort of COD cast. Apologies, I've got a bit of a cold or something coming on. so I sound a bit nasally. But bottom right hand corner there, you can't stick the minimap down there unless I think it's a maximum of 9 players, so there's enough space for the minimap down there. So there's 12 of us on this 6v6, and it is just too much, way too much, not enough space. So I decided to put my own little spin on it and put something else down the bottom corner, which I thought was, in a previous video I introduced the sort of HUD feature before I knew about the codcasting thing. I'm talking about it as a possible score streak, which I thought was quite cool. So this is a version of that in a way that I've decided to use on here. But this is the codcasting feature, so it allows you to swap from one player to another, see it from their viewpoint, which is a lot easier than in the normal theater mode. You're having to sort of hit the left or right trigger or whatever and swap between the players. Hey, there we go. There's your mini map down the bottom now. So we've dropped down to a few less players, and there's space enough for it. So now you can see exactly where everybody is, which is really cool. But failing that, you need something else down there. So that's why I put my own spin on things. So that's a codcasting feature. Now, you saw the title of the commentary, and it's talking about how to get a swarm and all that. You must be thinking, right. So 22 and 2, yeah, I must be getting fairly close to that. Oh, but look at that apocalypse, something cyborg, whatnot. I don't know what he is there. And he's gotten quite a high score there. And oh, actually, I'm not running the swarm. So what's this about? Well, this is a game of 2 halves. Okay, I was what, 19 and 1, I think it was. 19 and 1, and all of a sudden I start getting fucked up, and it was this man over here. There he is. It was an 18 gun streak. So we have a look. Where is he? Okay, so how do you get a swarm? And what is it? I'll just call him Cyborg, Zaza Cyborg. How do you get a swarm? So this is what he's been up to, and he's been sitting there nicely, and he's just, basically I think he's camping. So he's called in his fucking dogs, and has he got his swarm in yet? May do. So 2 guys on our team were thought, well, fuck this. I don't fancy getting fucked up by these, so I'm going to disappear. Which then gives us the opportunity now to use the old mini map in the bottom right hand corner there. And I just start getting absolutely fucked up in this. I was going on an incredible streak, and I thought, brilliant. I'm not running high score streaks here, but I'm definitely on for a first place win here. And then just like that, in the second half, he'd saved up his score streaks, and the dogs and the swarm are complete fucking game changer. Because, well, what do? When they call the dogs in, you're like, fuck, let's run for cover or somewhere, try and find a spot where it's easy to defend. And then the swarms come in, and you definitely run indoors because that's the safest place. But then you've got the dogs there trying to come in and bite your ass, and then you respawn outside, and then you get fucked up by the swarm. And it's a complete game changer. But old Apocalyptic here, we can see how he went about getting his swarm, and well, I guess you have to. Do you have to? I don't know. Do you have to be more sort of campy about it and really play carefully? I suppose you do. I've never actually gone for swarm, other than in in the sort of the local against bots game, and see, he gets fucked up by Ali A, it appears, or not. Personally, I wouldn't fucking use that sort of emblem. But anyway, he he went really conservatively, and I've only gone for it in, as I said, the local gameplay, and actually it takes a long fucking time to get there. I've never used it in the game, and I get connection issues. I don't have a consistent fucking broadband, um, so I just don't ever, even attempt to go for it. The highest sort of score streaks I'll go for is, what is it? Probably the escort drone. Yeah, I'll just go for escort drone. Um, because I'll prefer to run some of the lower score streaks and call them in more often, and I can run around a bit freely and enjoy the game a bit more instead of just being like old Zaza there and fucking sitting on the corner in the corner until they come in. In the end, we get quite nicely fucked up there, 200 to 143, and I go 27 and 9 versus his. You know what? Just look at, he isn't even in fucking first place. So he did all the fucking damage and ends up in third place. So there's your answer. Do you want to sit in a corner and camp, or do you want to just run some low score streaks and just enjoy the game a bit more, and do get a first place? I know what I would want to do. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Went a little bit over, spoke a bit too much, and we've just been staring at a blank scoreboard for a while.